We've been hearing from some of those passengers who arrived here at Birmingham Airport on the first repatriation flight, a TUI flight which arrived from Rhodes at around 9:15 this morning. 124 passengers on board who actually were all due to fly back to different airports, the likes of Gatwick and Manchester, and are now having to find their ways, but managed to flee essentially from their hotels onto beaches. We're hearing about them going on board naval vessels, transferring boats mid-sea in order to get home. Frankly, terrifying experiences, and 124 of them, including many children, arrived here at Birmingham Airport this morning, and they've been telling us about their experiences, how terrifying it has been. This is what a few of them have had to tell us.
I didn't know it was going to happen, but I saw everyone crying and it made me quite scared. And there was like lots of smoke and it kept on getting in people's chests.
There was nobody there to look after us. It was just traumatising. It was so traumatising. We've been slept outside on.
We were told we were flying to Manchester, our flight, and we got transferred to Birmingham. So now I had to hire a car for £300 to get back to Manchester.
The communication from the airlines was pretty bad. The communication from the hotel to start with was pretty bad, but the residents in Greece and Rhodes, the support that they gave and the way they was bringing food, the local community was just so supportive.
A lot of those passengers who we spoke to this morning actually only arrived on Saturday or the early hours of Sunday, and there was clearly confusion on the ground. They were frankly surprised they were still allowed to go on the holiday. They described how they could see the fires beneath them as they came into land at Rhodes. Some telling us they were kept on coaches at Rhodes Airport, airline reps saying this is not safe. And in fact, we met one honeymoon couple who flew out for their honeymoon on Saturday, ended up on a coach at the airport, and then were swiftly taken to an evacuation centre. Many of them have been taken to schools, to school halls. We've been seeing the photographs and videos inside there, hundreds of mattresses on the floor, many choosing to sleep outside because of the heat. So an uncomfortable situation and a scary situation for many of these passengers arriving back on the repatriation flights. We heard, of course, from the Foreign Office this morning between 7,000 and 10,000 British tourists, we understand, are in Rhodes, and those flights continue. This was the first to arrive here at Birmingham. We expect there to be more in the coming days as the efforts continue from the airlines to bring people home to safety. But universally, I must admit, there has been some criticism from the airlines, a lot of praise from the locals on the ground in Rhodes. One family we spoke to was actually taken in by a local family and helped, given food. They had contacts within the airline. They said they had heard nothing from the airline specifically or the British government. So clearly a difficult situation on the ground. But for those who are arriving back, relief amongst them. They are now safe. Disappointment, of course, that they have had to cut short their holidays. But many just pleased, of course, that they're now safe and home. And thousands, they're still remaining, and there'll no doubt be more repatriation flights in the hours and days to come at airports, including Birmingham.